and then you get affected. You know, I've seen a lot of horror stories, quite frankly, in this industry. People, you know, committing the worst things that you could imagine, simply because they invested everything. And as I always say, do not invest the money you'll spend for your dinner tonight in crypto. Can you make sure, guys, you don't do that? Can I see show of hands? You promise yourself, I'll not spend the dinner money for tonight for crypto. Please, show of hands. You don't do that. Oh, are you going to do that? You don't do that, right? You don't do that because, again, your mom's going to be mad at you. All right?
Okay, thank you. Okay, how about you, Manfred? Tell me, what's your advice so that people don't get wrecked?
Do your own research. Right. No, like, to be honest, the market is so volatile. But, I mean, there'll be like, with volatility, there'll be earnings and losses. Right? The market is fair. There's a winner and there's loser. Where's the smart money? You know, be fearful where everyone's greedy, be greedy where everyone's greedy. I mean, all these are sayings, right? But ultimately, my own personal opinion, it will be like, hey, like, I agree with the gentleman here, don't lose more than what you could afford. Don't dump everything, don't all in. I mean, because I've seen so many friends of mine got liquidated, stopped out, right? Lost 2 years of savings at an instant just like that. Actually, it's not worth. Know what you are in for, and when you know with the confidence, you know your exit plan, your entry point, and your exit plan. And stick by it. Don't be fearful, like don't FOMO, like what Coach said. That's my personal take on it.
Okay. So I want to ask, Chinkee said, you know, think long term. I like that. And then Coach, you said naman to make sure not to trade emotionally, right? And now for you naman, do your own research. Do you find that it's easier said than done when you talk about not trading emotionally? What advice can you give for people to be able to not be so emotional about trades? How can they do it? Any one of you guys would like to answer that question?
Probably, I'll start it off because I teach the concept of savings and spending, the contrast. Unfortunately, majority of us, we make decisions based on our emotion and we try to reason with logic. Do you understand? What do I mean? All of us know for a fact, if you want to lose weight, and I'm not referring to anyone inside this room, okay, if you want to lose weight, you just need to cut down on your food intake. And then all of a sudden, when you went up and then all of a sudden came to this place and then the food is for free, and then all of a sudden if your favorite food is there, your mind says you have to stop eating. But your emotion says what? It's for free.
Right.
And likewise, if there's an 80% sale on your favorite bag or favorite shoe, your mind, your pocket's telling you you should not spend, but your mindset is telling you, your emotional mindset is telling you, this is an opportunity you don't want to miss. Do you agree? So if there's a conflict between the two, honestly, guys, between logic and emotion, 99% emotion often wins. So likewise, Coach Miranda, you would agree with this. You teach your students not to invest or probably not to invest when they're emotionally excited or upset. But at the end of the day, when they make the mistake, who do they blame? Who do they blame? They blame you. They don't blame themselves. So it's very important, I do suggest, practical side of this, is you should learn how to determine your loss. You should learn how to cut loss. On the business aspect, if your business is dying, you should learn when to say, okay, I have to stop doing this business. Because like for example, I always give advice to startup and business people. If your business is already bleeding, you must put a timeline. After 3 months, if I still keep on losing this amount of money, you have to learn how to cut loss. If you keep on fighting against the market, you cannot never win the market. If you try to control the things that you cannot control, you know what will happen? You will live a stressful life. market volatility, ups and downs, you cannot control. But in terms of you getting out of the market so you won't feel the stress and the pinch, you can control.
Wow, okay, thank you for that. That's really good. I want to ask naman si Coach. Coach, I find what's interesting for most people that get into crypto is that when the bear market is here, they're afraid to buy. But when the price is really high, that's when everyone comes in. How do you battle that? Like, I can't, like, honestly, when the market's up, people are calling me, how do I get into Bitcoin? When the market's down, everyone's like, I want to sell my Bitcoin. I'm like, well, I don't understand. What advice can you give for people now that it's a bear market?
Yeah, so if you go to social media, go to type hashtag Miranda Miner Profitable System, you'll see traders, not me, my mentors, everyone else, traders, showing obviously profits on a bear market. One of the hardest market is a sideways market when the market consolidates. So we are in a consolidation around 24,600 to 27,300 key level resistance, actually a consolidated market today. So how do we battle this? In my school, my university, Global Miranda Miner University, there's 3 systems. One is how to buy on a trend resistance breakout and trend support line breakdown. Number 2, how to buy coins on the bounce or correction. Number 3 is when do you spot reversals of trends. So there are indicators that will tell you if there's convergence and divergence. Just to add to that, I just want to add to what Chinkee said. Managing emotions, in module number 2 in our beginner class, trying to remember it, there's a feast system. What does it tell you is we wanted to laser focus on the mathematics. Whenever you talk mathematics, there's a perfect science kasi. So when we talk about mathematics of trading, medyo kasi mahirap pag retail trader, you cannot buy quants or those algos, right? So what I teach them, 2 things. 1, standard deviation, very basic. You understand, Bitcoin has an average around 7% standard deviation. A meme coin or a shit coin has around 60+%. So a candle, an intraday candle, an hour candle can move 60+%, 6 times higher than Bitcoin. Therefore, you need to accept the fact that if you over-leverage your position, you have 6 more times to get liquidated. Right? Number 2, correlation. So a lot of coins today are correlated to Bitcoin. 2018, there's no US dollar tether yet. They buy coins with the Bitcoin as a denominator. Therefore, if Bitcoin moves up, all the top 10 coins can potentially move up as well, except if there's an FA or a news about a particular coin. I'll not say whatever those news are. Some of them can be controversial. But we say standard deviation and correlation can help you a little bit insulate you on too much volatility in the market today. So we focus on mathematics. So when they understand, okay, so meron palang mathematics on deviation, correlation, okay, medyo safe tayo. We're not gonna be trading the high volatile coins. We're just gonna be staying on the macro caps.
Wow, okay, I like that. Correlation, okay. Okay, so for Manfred, I wanted to know, with Coinstore, for example, like if there was somebody new going onto your platform and they don't know anything about crypto or maybe how to trade, what advice would you give them, and do you have any tools for them to be able to use to be able to get into crypto, start investing in crypto, and maybe even start trading crypto?
My personal advice for them, join their courses.
Join the courses, okay, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's tons of YouTube channels out there you can learn how to trade for crypto and stuff. Personally, how I started this crypto journey was actually my brother introduced me to crypto. Previously, I used to trade in the traditional market, like commodities or FX. Then I come about crypto, then I check, hey, this whole industry boom. There is no upper cap. There is no limit. Right? The sky is the limit. But moving forward, after months of trading, I realized that I would need to have more discipline in terms of my trading methods. Emotion, like I believe we mentioned, emotion is something that we need to control, but it's easier said than done. So stick to a plan, stick to a method, a plan, a clear idea. That is, you can't go too far wrong from that. Right? There are a lot of, like what Coach says, there's mathematical formulas, there's a lot of things that you can achieve. But ultimately, personally, what really works for me when I'm trading is a clear strategy. And without that, 99% of my trade will fail. So whenever I execute a trade, I'm just saying not a financial advice, guys. That's for my own personal experience. Whenever I enter a position, the lot size, everything's all being pre-calculated. Whenever I want to exit a position, right, regardless if it's a cut loss or a stop out or take profit. So my TP, I will like TP1, TP2, TP3. There's different kind of TPs, right? Even my stop loss, my stop loss. So once I hit TP1, it's all clearly thought out before I enter the trade. So for the beginners, I would say go and watch more. There's demo account, paper trading. Go and use your money first. Like, go and trade. Go understand the platform. Every platform works differently. Understand the leverage size. How you use leverage size. That would be my own personal answer.
Okay, so we don't have enough time actually to be talking a lot about trading. I wish we had more time, but I have one more question for Coach Naman. Coach, I know a lot of people that ask me this question, and I'd like maybe you to answer this. They ask me, should I go spot trading or leverage trade?
Leverage is the peak of all the asset classes from a risk perspective. It's a different risk appetite, risk profile. You only trade leverage if you have enough experience. It's not just 1 month, 1 week, 1 year. It takes a lot of time. So preparation-wise, you need to. Number two, if you want to trade leverage, you need to have a very deep pocket from a risk hedge perspective. Because you need to hedge your risks. There's going to be a lot of potential for your capital to be removed. You only trade for spot, like what Kuya, Chinkee said. If you have a long-term perspective, it's also a very, good way to invest long-term because there's good points to invest today. You trade leverage, as I've said. You could do both. Do spot, you do leverage trading, you do intraday on leverage trading, you do long-term for your spot trading on a long term. So I think it depends on your risk appetite, risk capacity, risk profile for leverage.
All right, that's about the time that we have. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you to Coach Miranda, Chinkee, and Manfred. Thank you, everyone, for having us here today. All right, thank you. Let's give everyone a big hand.
All right, I hope you guys listened in to that panel because there were so many pearls, so many bits of wisdom that really would have slipped you by if you really didn't pay attention. And one of them is really to take care of yourself first and understand what you're willing to risk and don't risk